Unfortunately, many mothers are not like that. They are narcissistic, or they are insecure, or they are depressive, or they're overprotective. And they do not allow the child to separate. And when the child tries to separate, attempts to separate, they punish the child. They emotionally blackmail the child. They don't allow the child to go away, to explore the universe. They don't let it happen. No way. They isolate the child. And so these mothers do not allow the child to separate and become an individual. A process that Mahler called separation individuation. It is a failure of separation individuation. And because the child cannot separate and cannot become an individual, is not allowed, this kind of child ends up not having a self. The integration and constellation of the self crucially rely on separation individuation, on saying goodbye to mommy, on realizing that mommy is out there, not in here, on transitioning, traversing the period of symbiosis, the symbiotic bond, the enmeshment, the fusion, the merger between child and mother. The mother is the one who needs to break this bond and allow the child to become an explorer. And a mother who doesn't do this is a mother who stunts the growth of the child, and the child does not develop an ego or a self, and so on. This kind of mother also doesn't provide a gaze, informs the baby that I am not you and you are not me. This is a gigantic trauma, enormous trauma. The whole universe breaks apart. There's a schism and a chasm. Everything collapses simultaneously. The merger, the fusion, the symbiotic bond, everything. And the baby suddenly perceives the concepts of separateness, external and internal. Me and the world. Out there and in here. Boundary. It's the first boundary. The mother's gaze, a child who is not allowed to separate develops identity diffusion or identity disturbance, depending on the text. This kind of child is not entirely convinced that it is separate from the world. This kind of child, when it interacts with other people, he tends to assimilate them. He tends to internalize them. He tends to swallow them and digest them. He tends to snapshot them. This kind of child doesn't know the difference between external and internal, so he tries to internalize everyone and everything. He doesn't have the capacity to relate to the outside world as an outside world, and this is known as hyperreflexivity, the major clinical feature of psychotic disorders. The inability to distinguish between internal objects and external objects is a key feature in cluster B personality disorders.